Hey, how's it going, Brandon? It's me, Zach, and we're back here with another video. So today we're going to go over the Mew2Mew deck. So in the last video, we went over this deck right over here, so you can see exactly all the different options. And you can see it has all these different attackers that you could attack with. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different attackers that you could attack with. And the actual deck that we're going to be going over in the video is going to be Daniel Altavilla's deck. He won with the Knoxville regional championships with. So in this video, we're going to be playing against that exact deck with our good friends over at the Rare Candy TCG YouTube channel. So shoutouts for them for helping me out with these videos. And we're going to take it step by step on how your Pikachu Zekrom deck, even if the cards look a little bit different, we are going to be playing your exact list against Daniel Altavilla's Mew2Mew deck. And we're going to be going over all the different strategies that we can be using in order to beat that matchup. And we'll generally see how it goes. So if you're confused on how to play the matchup, watch the last video, and I'll be explaining everything as we go on here. So let's shoot over Rare Candy, that challenge. And you can see PikaRom Brandon, so we're going to be playing with that deck. So shooting them over a challenge, let's see how it goes. And they're calling the coin flip. Would you like to go first? Sure, it's probably better for us to go first. They could probably get off a turn 1 welder and get whatever they want going on. Unfortunately for us, we started with a Dedenne here and not very many other options. So this one looks like our opponent might be able to quickly run up on us and steal this game. Okay, so we top deck a Volkner. That's actually pretty solid. So let's grab an electromagnetic radar and let's grab another lightning energy. We're just gonna pop what we can. This would be a great match to play Power Plant because it would stop Mew2Mew GX's perfection. Let's go for... It's really not much we want to grab here. Just like a Pikachu Zekrom and a Dedenne. You can go a Skateboard there. Go Pikachu Zekrom. We could drop a Lysander Labs. We could drop an Electro Power, and we can use Custom Catcher for a single card. That grabbed this Lightning Energy, so you can see how, even though we're discarding cards, we're making the best use of them possible. Got a Pokemon Communication here for this Dedenne GX that we can use to grab out a Tapu Koko Prism Star. Got a Jirachi down there, and let's go Tapu Koko Prism Star. Let's power up our Dedenne and our Pikachu Zekrom. So no matter what, it looks like we are going to be getting an attack off next turn. So let's do all that. And let's go ahead and pass here to our opponent, see exactly what they can get going on. And this is the exact same matchup that Daniel Altavilla played in the finals. He actually played against John Eng, who was playing a Pikachu Zekrom deck. See what our opponent's doing. So you always want to be careful and notice what they have in the discard pile. They have a Solgaleo there. And they're just probably checking through their prize cards or checking through their deck to see what they're missing in their prize cards. The Lysander Labs isn't going to hurt them too much at all. Okay. And I think they just got another thing in there. They got a Macargo. There's another Cherish Ball. There's a Charizard GX that can knock out one of our GX Pokemon for only 4 energies. We got a Fire Energy there. They're just going to Dene. So they discarded a few more cards as well. So you can see that they had an Espeon Deoxys in there. There's turn 1 Welder on their behalf, so that's looking really good for them. So it looks like it's going to be a tough game for us to win. There's a Giant Hurt, that's fine. We can get the free retreat on our Dedenne again. If anything, that's great. Although we did have the Thunder Mountain Prism Star in our hand to get around that as well. And it looks like our opponent's just going to go Turbo Strike. Now, did our opponent have any energies in their discard pile? Don't remember them putting any in there, but it's possible I missed one. So they did get a Psychic Energy in their discard pile. And now we have some options on what we really want to be doing. I'm not sure how we should tackle this hand. We could either go Custom Catcher to try to draw some more cards, or we could go for an Electromagnetic Radar. And this is where tough decision making can be an issue when it comes to Pokemon, because you can be stuck in a position similar to this in tournament, and both choices seem strong. Here I'd almost argue that it's probably better for us to go Custom Catcher, just because we don't want to have another Dedenne down on our bench. It's just so difficult sometimes to bench your other Pokemon. So before we start off with anything, let's go Giant Hurt, discarding an Electromagnetic Radar. We don't play any Fire Energies, but it will allow us to use Custom Catcher for 1 more. Let's use Custom Catcher for 2 cards, so you can see it is working out nice. We did get out of Cynthia. Let's go ahead and attach an energy to this Pikachu PikaRom GX. And let's go Cynthia here. Hopefully we can get out another Pokemon that we can attack with next turn. That's awesome. Let's just go Retreat. Power this up with a Full Blitz. And we're going to power up our Raichu and Alolan Raichu down at the bench. So our opponent's likely trying to get out another Welder so that they can attack with Charizard GX's Flare Blitz GX attack. That would be worst case scenario for us. And as we can see, our opponent was able to get that off, so they are going to be able to take a big knockout on our Pokemon. Our Thunder Mountain Prism Star is going to be gone. They did get another energy attached to their other Mew2Mew GX. There's an Naganadel. So maybe they're just going to be using a Dedenne here to discard another few attacking options. So we can see that their updated discard pile has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacking options. And it's possible that they could still get more out into play this turn. And by play, I mean maybe in their discard pile. Their deck's all about the options. This would be a great opportunity if we had the chance to add power plants into our deck. Okay, and there's the big knockout on that Pokemon. So let's send up our Dedenne GX here. They've used their GX attack, so we don't need to necessarily worry too much about what our opponent could be doing. We're just not in a great position at all. So there's the Dedenne GX. Got an electromagnetic radar, and honestly, I'm kind of on the fence of how we should be dealing with this. We'll play an electro power anyways. Let's just discard those energies because I don't think they necessarily matter. Let's get out of the Dedenne GX and see what our options are. Let's reset stamp our opponent. Hopefully that will hurt them enough. Let's just retreat. There's no point of us having another Raichu, Alolan Raichu, just in case our opponent reset stamps us. And let's go for a tandem shock. So we are in a potential win condition for next turn if our opponent doesn't do anything crazy off their 3-card hands. These prize cards, thankfully we got a Cynthia. They're probably just forced to send up their Mew2Mew GX. And we are an Electro Power and an Energy away from getting a knockout. Acrobike's a cool card for them to get. And let's look at the ways that they could potentially win this game. Magcargo GX, they could discard 5 this turn if they were to get a Welder and 2 energies. So if our opponent's able to attach 3 energies with a Welder and a natural attach, they can get a knockout with Magcargo GX this turn. So we'll see exactly how that plays out for our opponent. There's a Welder. They get an energy, we lose the game. And based off them not attaching it yet, it's very much a possibility that they don't have it. Okay, cool. There's a Mew2Mew. Oh, we top decked the Volkner. That would have been so nice. Let's go ahead and play a Cynthia. See exactly what our options are. We can go switch right here into a Jirachi. And we're just gonna chill on this. No point of us doing anything else. We'll just pass there. So if we top deck a custom catcher or an Electro Power, we win the game next turn. At this rate. Because we can custom catcher around our opponent's Pokemon. Now if they use custom catchers, they've played 1 so far. There's a second custom catcher. We top deck the Lysander Labs. So let's use Stellar Wish to try to get a large range of cards. We actually missed again. So there's no point of us using that Volkner yet. We are a little tight here from getting what we want. Let's just go ahead and pass. It doesn't look like our opponent has much. And we want to save that Volkner for next turn to try to confirm our win condition. They're going to go for a Dedenne, which is going to leave them with 3 cards left in their deck. So hopefully our opponent doesn't get a win con here. There's a Cherish Ball, so they're going to see what cards they have remaining in their 3-card deck. I wouldn't be surprised if our opponent just passed again here. Oh, they're going to just attach an energy to the Mew2Mew. There's a Mysterious Treasure. There's a Latios GX. Okay, so we're going to try again for Stellar Wish. We did rip a custom catcher, so we should be able to win the game here. So let's go Volkner. Grabbing an Electro Power. You can see that's the only card that we can grab. Let's go Electro Power. Double custom catcher up this Mew2Mew. Let's go Retreat. Let's go Lightning Ride GX. So that's a quick game for us, but it could have gone really bad. It looks like our opponent missed in energy in general. So nothing that we could do about that. Nothing our opponent could have done about that. Let's try it out again. One thing that we also need to worry about in this matchup is Latios GX. Tag Purge means that they can prevent all damage done to the Pokemon by attacks from tag team Pokemon. They can use Clear Vision GX to shut off our GX attacks. So that's huge for them, but it's just one of those things. So let's shoot them over a challenge. And we'll make sure that the Mew2Mew deck can go first if they'd like to go first. So we lost the coin flip anyways. And we're stuck here starting with a Pikachu PikaRom GX. So we'll see exactly what our opponent does on this turn. They're going to try to get as many energies as they can to play with Welder. And they start with Latios GX. That's actually not bad. It gets them free retreats. I don't know if I would have attached an energy directly to that Pokemon. But we'll see exactly what our opponent has in their hand. They might just be grabbing a Dedenne here. Okay. Looks like they're going to get some more things set up here. And there's not much we can do to prevent this at all. Like, it's our opponent's first turn. Looks like they're just going to be getting some cards in their discard pile. Okay, there's a Fire Energy. You can see that they got a Solgaleo. So they're just trying to build up their options. And then they still have other things like Acrobike of what they can do. So it seems great for them. Wow, they actually even got the Welder off here too. So that's good for them. Really good for them. There's a Dedenne. Now they've already used Dedenne GX this turn. Hopefully they don't try for a second one. And here's where our game becomes a little bit weird. We might just want to go ahead and plop that Dedenne GX right down from our hand. And the reason for that is we want to get built up as quickly as possible. We've seen in other games that those have been strategies that we've been using to get off a turn one full blitz attack, which is huge in this matchup. The quicker we just get attacks off, the better it is for us. So let's go ahead and see what we can do here. Let's go right off Dedenne GX. Goodbye, hands. Okay. We have a Jirachi, Let's discard a Jirachi. Let's attach an energy. Let's go ahead and switch into this Jirachi. Let's play Cynthia. If we're somehow able to get a Tapu Koko Prism Star, doesn't look likely. See what Stellar Witch brings us. So we did get out a PikaRom. It's not bad. So let's grab out a Zeraora and a Raichu and Raichu. Let's PikaRom this Zeraora back. Getting out our Tapu Koko Prism Star. Got a pretty good turn one here. Not bad by any means. It's just we're not getting off that juicy attack. So our Jirachi's asleep. Make sure that you're always checking for your opponent's Jirachi rolls in between turns. And we'll see exactly what our opponent does. They might go for a Clear Vision GX. They might go for a Tag Purge. They might just try to go for a Custom Catcher Knockout. It all depends on what they have in their hands. They're going to go for a Giant Hearth. So we won't be able to search out any more energy with Viridian. That's honestly fine for us. So they're getting a few more options in their discard pile. You can see on the second turn they already have 3 options, and they can always attack with Latios. There's 4. There's their 5th option. So they have a lot of different attacks. Don't forget to check their discard pile often in this matchup. There's a Mewtwo, so it looks like they're going to be getting off another potential for a Welder this turn. Okay, and we'll see what our opponent decides to do here. There's that Mewtwo going down. And they're going to use Clear Vision, so we basically just want to try to get that knockout. Let's do this. Let's go Cynthia. And see if we get an Escape Board and Electro Power. So we didn't get any of those. Let's see what Stellar Wish brings us. No, we did get a PikaRom. So good thing we didn't play that Zeraora down first. I can PikaRom this way. Get out of the Dene GX. There's the Electro Power necessary. We can get out another card out of our hand if we really want to. Let's just go Lysander Labs, a card that we won't use. Let's just reset stamp our opponent so that we can try to give ourselves a better chance off of Custom Catcher. There's a Lightning Energy. That's pretty rough for us. Let's see what the Dene GX brings us. Really need to get this Escape Board. And it's just not going to happen this turn at all. We use every available opportunity we could. So we just got to pass there. Very unfortunate for us. And they're probably just going to try to tag purge us. This is where the game becomes incredibly difficult. And they can just pick up some free prize cards. There's Tag Purge for the knockout. Now, Tag Purge, just so you know, you want to make sure that your opponent has 4 or fewer Pokemon in play if they're attacking with the Latios GX. Mew2Mew gets pie that. Tag Purge only prevents damage, so we can still always attack with a Raichu, a Alolan Raichu, to paralyze them. So let's go ahead and grab a Stadium Nav and a Lightning Energy, and we're going to try to get out a Thunder Mountain Prism Star, but we actually don't have that in our deck. So instead of going for a card that we know we don't have, let's go Lightning Energy, and let's just grab an Electro Power. Super unfortunate, but let's go full Blitz. Let's just power up this Raichu, Alolan Raichu. There's no point about powering up more energies. They've used Clear Vision GX, so we can't use our GX attack either. And this is where the matchup's going to become just really bad. If our opponent can knock out our Raichu, Alolan Raichu with double custom catchers, this game is likely just over. So we'll see what our opponent does this turn. So there's an energy. So there's a Tag Purge. They might just be holding on to a switch and knocking out our Raichu, Alolan Raichu next turn. 60. Let's just retreat and go for Tandem Shock, so they're paralyzed. Let's just figuring out exactly what our opponent's going to do here. So I'm assuming they're just going to go switch into a Flare Blitz GX on their Charizard GX. Reset Stamp, taking away a lot of our options. We almost got everything back though. There's the switch. And I'm assuming our opponent's just going to go Flare Blitz, get that big knockout. Oh, sorry, they actually can't use Flare Blitz because they use Clear Vision GX already. So that's one of the mistakes that they could be making. Maybe this would be a good opportunity for them to just choose a different attack. It's really easy to forget when your opponent uses Clear Vision GX that it is a GX attack. So you got to be able to pay attention. It looks like both my opponent and I forgot this game about what both of us could be doing. They're probably just going to Turbo Strike. Yep. Powering up. Do they even have any energies in there to power up a Pokemon? Might want to just power up their Mewtwo as a single prize card Pokemon. That'll probably be the best Pokemon they could power up. Yeah, that was unexpected, but we still can't get a huge knockout because we don't have access to our GX attack. And our opponent, as much as our hand's not bad, we still did lose a lot of options off of that reset stamp to 6. So we got to kind of figure out what we want to do here. I think we probably just want to retreat into our Raichu Alolan, or retreat into our PikaRom. I think that's probably going to be our best choice. Just so that we have this Raichu Alolan Raichu for the next turn. Like I said, it's pretty rough of what our options are. Let's see. I'm just trying to think about what's the best things that we can be doing. Okay, you want to know what? There's really not much else that we can do. Let's just retreat into PikaRom. Let's just attach an energy there. And let's go full blitz. We can get the full blitz off. And we'll just attach an energy to Zorora. With us having all those energies in our hands, we just don't have the options. It doesn't necessarily matter how many energies our opponent has. Their tag purge is probably just their best attack. So we're going to send up Zorora here. Yep, Zorora is just going to go there. And Tag Purge only prevents from tag team Pokemon. So we'll try our best here. This is not a tag team Pokemon, so this will take a knockout. We'll see exactly what our opponent can do here. So they just can't go Tag Purge every single turn. And we're just going to draw our third prize card. See what our opponent decides to do. Move that so you can see exactly what they decide upon. And we'll see how it plays out. Maybe they'll just try to go Tag Purge again. They're only down to 6 cards left in their deck, so. And they won't be able to knock out this Raichu, Alolan Raichu with Tag Purge. So that looks like they did a little bit of a screw up with their math there. Still have 2 copies of Custom Catcher left. Okay, so we still have Free Retreat. We might as well attach Energy and a Skateboard to all of our other Pokemon. We do have an Electro Power. We do have a Thunder Mountain. So let's just go in with our Plasma Fist. So we're down to 1 prize card, and hopefully our opponent is not able to get off their other 2 copies of Custom Catcher. It looks like they've already played 2. So they could just go Psychic and knock out our Raichu, Alolan Raichu. So we'll see exactly how it works out for them. There's a Giant Hearth. Nothing there. Yeah, and they got nothing. It seemed like the game just didn't go their way. So there is a Tandem Shock there for us. There's a knockout on their Mew2Mew. So sometimes the Mew2Mew deck will run out of steam, or your opponent might make a mistake, and that's a great way to capitalize on winning the game. Let's jump into another game against this deck, and we'll see exactly if they can get a little bit of a better start there. So let's go ahead and try that out. And we'll let them go first no matter what. Would you like to go first? We'll say no. Send up Zapdos here since we don't want to start with the Dene. So it looks like our opponent's going to get a turn 1 Welder onto that Latios. Same with them having a turn 1 Welder that they don't have too many other options. Or maybe they do. Maybe they just didn't want to get rid of that Welder. And they got 3. Oh, they have 3 Welders in the discard pile, so that's what the big issue is. Their deck does run off Welder, so they still have a pretty great setup, though. Okay, so it's our turn. Let's see exactly what we could do here. Realistically, I just want to attach a Lightning Energy to Zapdos. Let's go ahead and Dedenne this hand away. Really not much that we could do with that. Really not much we could do with this either, unfortunately. Let's just go ahead and Cynthia. Let's retreat there. Let's switch back. And we'll get off a Thunderous Assault. Don't really want to waste too many other resources. Getting off of an attack early can be huge. Although it does make it seem like our opponent's just going to go into Tag Perch to draw an early game prize card. That's okay. We already won the other 2 games. This is really just to see what our opponent can do. If there's anything we missed, it's more about learning all the things that this Mew2Mew deck can do. Wow, so they actually got their other Welder after discarding the 3. Or actually, it looks like they got the Welder back with the Mewtwo. But a simple Tag Perch here could be just huge for our opponents. They might actually just want to retreat that Latios and Latios GX into their Mew2Mew so they could copy Tag Purge. Just so there's a lower chance that Latios and Latios GX from getting knocked out. There's an Espeon Deoxys GX. And this deck brings out a bunch of GX Pokemon with Cherish Ball. It makes it sometimes hard to follow. So there's your Mew2Mew GX. Okay, let's go ahead and send up Zorora. Okay, so let's go ahead and go Lightning Energy there. Let's do this. Let's do this. It's pretty sad, but it's all that we can do. So let's go Pikachu Zekrom down, Thunder Mountain. Let's go to Dedenne and try to draw into some cards. Got an energy switch, but I don't think that's going to do much. We're just going to retreat here into Dedenne. We're going to have to sacrifice Dedenne to our opponent. Okay, there's custom catchers. Looks like they're going to be bringing up something else here. Maybe they have a welder in their hand. They're going to try to take a huge knockout. They haven't used a GX attack this game. Just going to go ahead and tag Purge. Now, in terms of our options, let's just go retreat for free. Send up this Zorora energy switch from there to there. And our hand is super dead, but nothing we can do about it. Maybe our opponent won't be able to get an energy or get a Pokemon out that can knock out this Zorora. We'll be in a pretty good spot. Although with 5 cards in their hand, I feel like they are in a pretty good spot. So there's an Espeon Deoxys. See what our opponent wants to do here. They're just going to go ahead and tag Purge. That's fine. Doesn't leave us with very many options anyways. Just in case it does, let's attach energy there. Let's go there. Let's go Electromagnetic Radar, discarding both of these cards. Let's see if we can get it off. No, we can't get off of the Dedenne, so you want to know what? Let's just not grab anything and let's custom catcher for 3. So Volkner is going to allow us to take that knockout. Or actually, you want to know what? Let's just go ahead and play Switch. Switch seems like our best option. Let's just go retreat into Jirachi. See what Stellar Wish brings us. Got a Volkner for next turn, so we can always go for a Tapu Koko Prism Star. Let's switch back into Zorora because Plasma Freeze means you can't attack again next turn, but if you switch it to the bench, you totally can. Let's go. Plasma Fists. There's a knockout on Mew2Mew, and we're going to be up a few prize cards. 1, 2, 3. The one big issue with this is that our opponent can knock out our active Pokemon with Tag Purge, which leaves us very few options left. I think this game is basically done. Probably just going to reset hole away our Thunder Mountain Prism Star. And there's a Dedenne to give them more options. Now, with them only having 5 prize cards left, if they are able to get off a Welder and 2 energies, can they knock us out with Espeon Deoxys GX? Need to do 140 damage, so they're actually short by 10 damage of knocking out 2 of our Pokemon.
Are you kidding me?
To draw 5 prize cards. So we still haven't lost the game. And Energy Recycle System does have a free, it's kind of glitched on PTCGO. It does freeze for a little bit when you use it, so don't be worried if your opponent plays that. It's a known glitch on the app. Just gotta chill here and wait while it clears up. We're still just waiting for it to clear up. It's a glitch, it can take upwards of a minute. Still waiting for the Energy Recycle System to clear up. And it can get a little annoying. So finally worked. Just waiting for see what our opponent wants to do here. Okay, and let's send this up to see exactly what our options are. So we did get a Tapu Koko Prism Star. And our opponent hasn't used their GX attack, so I'm assuming they're trying to finish off the game with Espeon Deoxys or Nagandel GX. Let's see what Stellar Wish brings us. We need to get a few cards off of Volkner in order to have a chance to win this game. So let's try our absolute best here. Let's just go there in case we get another switch. And let's play Cynthia. So we did get a skateboard. And we can just paralyze this Pokemon. So let's go ahead and Tandem Shock it. And hopefully our opponent does not have a switch to win the game. That's the way for us to quickly lose. Double check through our opponent's discard pile. They've played 2 switch already. They're down to 4 cards left in their deck. Let's see what we could do with Faulkner. So we have Lightning Energy. Don't think we have any out here, unfortunately. We'll grab a Custom Catcher just in case. Let's just use Lightning Ride GX in case our opponent can't take a knockout for whatever reason, but I think they'll just use Naganadel GX to snipe our Raichu and Alolan Raichu on the bench. If they somehow miss their win condition by forgetting, your opponent can sometimes forget what they have in their discard pile, or maybe they'll make a mistake. We could just win the game next turn, but not with a hand of just 1 Jirachi. So with our opponent having 3 prize cards left, I'm assuming they're just going to go for Naganadel GX on our Raichu and Alolan Raichu GX. So that's the game. We tried absolutely everything we could. We were able to win a couple games of the series, but this matchup is fairly close. It gets a little bit better if we do play Power Plant instead of Lysander Labs. I know I've brought that up in a few other videos, so maybe I'll cover that at the end of the series or in a future videos or something like that of some changes you could make to your list. So like I said, there's a lot of options that this deck can choose from. Lots of cool things that the deck can do. So, and there's a lot of things that we could do against it. So between this video and the deck profile video of Mew2Mew, I explained exactly how you can beat this matchup, everything that you could be doing. So that's what we got right there, Brandon. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me during our next coaching session, or you could ask your brother Ryan. I'm sure he knows exactly what he's doing. That being said, we do have another video, so feel free to stay tuned, watch out for that one, and we'll see exactly how that one turns out. Thanks so much for watching, and have yourself a great one. Bye.